Yes.
Hi, you actually opened yourself up to this with Miss Saigon. Would you be willing to duet Sun and Moon for us?
This is the left turn.
This is the real left turn.
I want to slow down.
You are sunlight and I moon, joined by the gods of fortune.
That's the only thing, you only sing that bit, I don't, I never learned those words. No, how about, yeah. Ready, you go, ready? Start it.
Played on a
Solo saxophone, you're right.
Really?
Yeah.
A song
Played on a solo saxophone. Yeah, it is a little
crazy sound.
a lonely sound, a cry that tells us love goes on and on. Stay with me and hold me tight and dance like it's the last night of the
Hey guys, I was wondering what it was like working with Freema on the second season of Torchwood.
You know what? She completely fitted in. It was ridiculous, actually. It's almost like she was always there kind of thing. Yeah.
She's hot. I love Freema. Freema, her nickname, I call her Freema Adjavajamajaman. Yeah, Freema is a type of person. She fits into any group of people. She brought a whole new dynamic when she came into Torchwood, because there was, not between the actresses, but between the characters, there was a little bit of like, who is this chick? And why does she know more about Jack than we do? And the whole thing with her having saved the planet, by spreading the word, the Doctor, all around. So Jack has this respect for her that is such a high standard. So it was a great dynamic. Loved her. We loved her. Hey, Freema! Oh my God, you're there! Ladies and gentlemen, Freema Adjavajamajaman. Martha Jones.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Actually, I'm asking this for my friend who could make these back and forth.
Okay.
He asked for you, John, if there's anything you would change about Jack.
Nothing.
I didn't think so.
No. And every time I read a script, he grows and grows and grows, and that's amazing. She got it. The rest of you are too small. Yes, sir.
So this is really not a grammar Nazi question. Jack isn't so much immortal as, in the sense of never dying. He dies and he's eternally resurrected. How do you see that difference as really being part of Jack's character?
I think it's, sorry, I'm going to jump in, because I think it's fascinating. I think it keeps him human. I think it keeps him connected to the people around him. It keeps him grounded. And I think, when we talk about sacrifice and the pain and the cost of working in Torchwood, it keeps him connected to that. It's painful. And I think it was Chris Chibnall in season 2 who first started writing, actually, what's it feel like when he comes back to life? And we hadn't really explored that in season 1, but there's a cost to it, there's a pain to it.
And that's why when I am brought back to life, that I wanted to show that there's a shock, there's a jolt. So that's why every time Jack comes back to life, he does the because it's absolutely traumatic and painful. We wanted to project that across to the audience. And actually, we all didn't talk about that, because it was interesting. That just happened, and that shows you how much we're all involved and love it, that we think in the same track. Yes?
This is for Gareth. We see how much Yanto develops between season 1 and season 2, and you mentioned earlier how hard you work on delivering, even if you only have a few lines. So, how do you think that your acting and delivery has influenced the development of Yanto's character?
I think maybe it's added towards the sort of dry humour that Yanto's got. I'm quite dry in my humour myself, and I find that relationship between sort of actors and writers quite fascinating. That if you put something in, sometimes by accident, as an actor, a writer will grab hold of it and enlarge it and develop that into an idea. And that's always loads of fun when you discover something you've done by accident, or something you saw in the character that maybe wasn't in the right and is sometimes either discarded by the writer or actually grabbed onto and developed. So, yeah, I think the actor does have a little bit of what's the word?
Gareth in them.
Gareth in them.
And we are going to find out much more about Yanto in season 3. Yes. They've only read episode 1.
Yeah.
We have time for one last question.
Don't feel bad, honey. You're asking the question. Always feel good about that.
This is for everyone, being fellow drama geek and loving acting. I'd like to know how you got started and all that stuff.
One last question.
Okay, when did I start? I actually started with the singing side first. When I was like 12, I started classical singing lessons. And then by the age of 14 or 15, I kind of knew. I definitely knew that I wanted to go into the theatre, the stage. And then when I was 17, Miss Saigon was my first job.
She says she was 17. No, don't play that game.
School, played a robot, did the National Youth Theatre, played Mac the Knife, got an agent, got on telly, got on Torchwood. Brilliant.
Buy my book.
Well, terrific. Well, I think that brings to an end the greatest panel of the day.